Alright, so for the Jessica Jones Season 1. Um, man, kind of like the Daredevil stuff, I want to say that this was a really cool story. But again, you could have replaced it with someone that just had minor super strength. You didn't have to nerf her super strength to ridiculous levels. In the comics, she's grabbing cars one-handed and flinging them. But she can only lift the car's back end up? That's crap. But then I was like, why do they keep joking about her not being able to fly? Oh, that's because in the comics she actually could fly. Yeah, she had two superhero names that she went through. That's when the actual Purple Man / Kilgrave thing happened. And yeah, on that. What's up, Netflix? Why are you taking away Purple Man's purple skin? Why you only show it as a little hint towards the end like that's actually what we wanted? Like, come on, man. That was crap. But let's get back to Jessica. You remember when her friend from the talk show was holding up that costume and said that her name should be Jewel? And her response is, no, that's a stripper name. Oof, that was cringe. I mean, that was actually extremely disrespectful to this character from the comics. Like, that was her comic suit. That was her comic hero name. At least one iteration. She had a different costume and name for the prior or the one after that. I'd have to look back in that to figure it out. But, man, it was just really bad. And her getting shot and it working? Dude, people have shot full point-blank missiles and the explosion did nothing and she walked away. She's survived major amounts of stuff, but you're going to have her get shot and it works. You're going to have her get knocked over the head with a chair and get knocked out. Like, Jesus, what is up with y'all? This, like, literally nerfing all female heroes. Not all. Disney's been a hell of a lot better than Netflix and other companies like Fox than that. But to be clear, Fox didn't give Storm flight twice. Rogue did not have her super strength either. They gave her all the bad qualities of Jubilee from the animated series, kind of making her a coward and not confident. Like, which Rogue are you looking at? Is that really what y'all think Rogue is? But, like, yeah, there's just this trend of removing flight from female superheroes, and I don't understand. Like, why is no one calling this out? And it's like, oh, you know, the whole girl boss thing and sidelining male heroes. Dude, Jessica straight up belittles and insults a character that's supposed to be a veteran. And sidelines Luke Cage every time he tried to help her. Kind of towards the end, he did, but not really. It was really embarrassing that people can call out the sex scenes in Eternals. Like, there was one in the first 5 episodes, she done had sex with Luke Cage like 3-4 times, and like, go girl, get it. But like, man, it just annoys me that the fans of Netflix will call out Disney for doing any hint of something that's so stupid to call out, yet ignore that Netflix did it. Like, they're immune? I don't know. It just bothers me. And that's besides the side note. Other than that, it was really cool. Like, I loved how she tricked Kilgrave at the end. Like, that had to be hard to let him take control of her best friend and threaten to leave. All to convince him, no, it's real. It's finally working. My power took over again. Just so that she could be like, I wasn't talking to you. Snaps neck. Like, come on. That was brilliant. I loved it, but I had to watch it like she just has minor super strength, not like a big focus of her. And I also had to kind of think about the idea that Kilgrave just has some different power. Like, I remember looking it up and reading, but it's not the same comic origin. It's just not. Now, Jessica's is. She did get a chemical spill. But here's the weird one. If y'all were trying to be connected to everything, you messed up. You had a really great opportunity. You know who she went to school with? Peter Parker. She went to school with Peter Parker in the comics. Do you realize how epic of a connection that would have been? Like, come on. Come on. Like, again, I have to say, if companies can't afford the budget to do a hero or villain properly, why do we support it? Why do we not call them out and say, stop ruining characters because you can't afford them? Like, when I get to Iron Fist Season 1, I've got a whole problem with the budget. And I've been a martial artist for over 2 decades, so get ready for a martial artist perspective on how disrespectful the entirety of this. And oh yeah, I'm going to get into that on Daredevil Season 2. That'll be the next Netflix series. I'm trying to go in actual order and how to look that up. I've already watched all 3 seasons of Daredevil, and I was like, whoops. I was supposed to go Season 1, Season 1, Season 2, Season 2, Season 1, 1, 1, 1, Season 3, Season 3. I didn't realize that. My bad. No one told me. But on a final note, again, they were cool stories, but you could have done that whole story with some other chick with just minor super strength, and it would work just as well. You didn't need to ruin Jessica Jones. Like, God, I can jump really high. They even had the actors laugh and smirk when they were sitting down for dinner going on a date. Like, come on. Luke Cage is supposed to be stronger than her in the comics, and they didn't even have him as strong as Jessica Jones is from the comics. Like, what? Come on, man. You had a chance to have a really well designed character, and you chose to take 2 out of 3 of her powers and nerf the hell out of her super strength. It's embarrassing. I don't believe it should be canon. It did not do anything more than refer to, like, the scene where they were sitting down having a date where they made fun of the fact that she can't fly. He goes, so, there's me, there's you, there's the big green guy and his crew. Is there anyone else? Oh, I don't know. Spider-Man's right there. Luke Cage not knowing about Danny Rand's Iron Fist, like they're the heroes for hire? Come on, you passed up the chance of doing that show. Why? Like, that's just another IP you could have done. Oh, because you're going to call them the Defenders. What's this trend of let's make the founding of the team not what it was? Like, if you didn't know from the, like, actual comics, the Defenders originally came together to stop this, like, super powerful mage or something, and it was Doctor Strange, Namor, Hulk, and Silver Surfer. Like, yeah, it's a really random hodgepodge team. And there's only been 7 other people in the entirety of comic history, except for since Disney has started making them. And if that's what you're referring to, what, huh? Like, I'm not against that. Like, point that out to me, but aren't y'all the people that claim that Disney sucks and they ruin everything? So why are you using a team of theirs to defend what Netflix did and fucked up? Like, that wasn't the Defenders. That was the Heroes for Hire Plus. Like, come on. Like, and you've had Ares, you've had Hercules, and several other heroes that have joined the Heroes for Hire. It's not just Luke Cage and Iron Fist. But the Defenders have never been that group of people. Like, Netflix couldn't afford that. And, like, let's be real. My opinion so far, and it does not alter from what I've seen so far, is that you should legitimately just shouldn't have done the rest of the characters. You should have focused on Daredevil. And I mean, yeah, you would have been screwing him up. You would have had it to where he has to hear people to see them instead of him having the radar vision. How does a 90s cartoon of Spider-Man get Daredevil right and a series focusing on Daredevil with 13 episodes and like over 10 hours of time can't get his vision right? Like, come on, dude. His vision can read letters written on paper because there's a difference in the height and density of the paper now. Come on. Y'all didn't even try. And man, what is the trend of not having your heroes in suits? Like, one episode. One in all of season 1 of Daredevil. All of season 2 he's wearing it. Then none at all in season 3? What? Jessica Jones made fun of her freaking suit, basically referring to it as a stripper uniform. Because if Jewel is a stripper name, then Jewel's comic costume was probably being hinted at as that. Luke Cage never puts on his hoodie. I think I've seen in the previews he does it in season 2, but not in season 1. And I'm going to verify this by the time I do the Luke Cage series, but I think every Snake character is a character that was from the Serpent Society, and all of those people had like power suits, and some of them had powers. So what is this trend of screwing up teams and not doing stuff right? Can we finally stop using revisionist history and nostalgia to claim Netflix should be canon? And yes, I know it's been made canon, but can we admit that it should be a variant timeline to fix all these continuity errors, character assassinations, and just crap portrayals? I mean, look, let me know in the comments down below if you think this is the best thing ever. And if you say Daredevil is Netflix is the best thing ever, go look up the Ben Affleck Daredevil. They so did Kingpin better. They did Daredevil better. The fighting actually was more Daredevil-like. Elektra was less cringe than in this series. And, I mean, we didn't get the Yas Daddy Kingpin version of Bullseye. We had a Bullseye that was very okay with himself, very confident in his plan for life. And, yeah, I would pick that one any day over what we got into Netflix. Like, I'm sorry if you think Disney sucks. Disney's giving these characters more justice. So I'm sure if Jessica Jones is being brought back in, she's going to learn to fly all of a sudden. You know, her durability is going to go up. They're going to give these characters justice. Now, keep in mind, I haven't seen more than any of the season 1 of any other show besides Daredevil, which I've seen all the way through. So if I'm saying something that is not true based off of a second season of something, go ahead and pop it down below and I'll check it out and I'll respond. And hey, I'll take it back. But until then, if Jessica Jones don't fly by season 3, that's embarrassing. She flew before she became a private investigator. So get your canon right. Get your chronological order right. Oh wait, it's too late, Netflix. You screwed up so bad you lost it all. You could have made a deal. You could have been doing it good, but again, it's not canon. Even though they made it canon, it just can't be. There's too many continuity errors and just assassinations of things. Like, are you going to tell me the Netflix people didn't notice the whole SHIELD helicarrier falling down? I mean, if you are, okay, what you smoking, man? Catch y'all later.